Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps number 46. Robert Venditti writing and Clayton Henry on the art. So,
Yep.
so what happened? Was it good? What's
So
going on
so
there?
yeah, so at the last end of the last issue, the Dark Stars came for Guy to recruit him, and he ended up accepting. And we end up. This book starts with like flashbacks of young Guy, dealing with his dad's alcoholism, and we see his dad now, who's standing outside of a bar, and he looks like he's had some rough times. And Guy shows up full Dark Stars regalia to punish him for all the damage he's done over the years. And uh, for the Guy story, it's very. They keep doing this with his dad, making him an alcoholic or not, and back and forth, you know. But here it's like this is what they're going to go for, and it's part of the driving force. But it also seems like the Dark Star armor reprograms. So it's like, yeah, whatever it does, it's already in you. It just brings it out because he's not acting like a typical Guy. He's super aggressive. It's almost reminiscent of when he had the Red Ring during the New 52. So, and we also get more of Hal and Hector Hammond, where Hal takes Hammond to Empty Planet to try to train him to use his force to try to disrupt the Dark Stars. But of course, that doesn't go well as Hammond starts probing into uh, Hal's brain and remembers what he said about, like, it wouldn't be easier just to take out the ticking time bombs because even though Hammond was out, he was still aware of everything. And Hammond goes rogue and basically wipes Hal Jordan. Hal doesn't remember who he is, and it leaves him, looks like out of commission. We get some of John and Zod, and they're back on Jakul. And basically, they're going to use Kryptonian tech that disrupts teleportation, because that's what the Dark Stars have over the Green Lanterns. They can just kind of pop in and out where they can go. But the Kryptonians, because of the Phantom Zone and other things, they have ways of dealing with this with the Sunstones. So John's basically created a machine with his construct, which always, again, goes to his building of things and how thorough everything is, that they're going to build disruptors so Zod can help them take out the Dark Stars. And then finally, we get to Kyle, who finally shows up after being gone for 2 issues. And he's in prison on New Genesis because they caught Space Cabbie illegally using Mother Box technology. And Highfather basically tells him, well, we're not getting involved in this. And Kyle throws a fit because he's like, I kept Orion alive with, a fake, the artificial heart, and this is how you repay me. And Highfather's like, yeah, my word's final. I am Highfather. But it looks like Orion's upset, and he might, he'll probably go rogue because that's what Orion does. And then at the very, very end, Guy is basically going to take out his dad, and his dad's like, no, I've changed. I've been dry for, what does he say? I'm looking. It's been a little while, but not like a lot. And the reason he was in front of the bar was he goes there to remind him of the bad times. He's like, if you go in there, only bad things follow. It's cost him his family. But Guy's still gonna give him justice. And he gets stopped and gets pulled by these yellow tendrils. And wouldn't you know it, it's Arkello. And he's like, you're not gonna kill your dad. And if you want to, you're gonna have to kill me first.
He's looking after his buddy, making sure he doesn't make a huge mistake. Look at that.
Exactly. So the bromance is still alive. It's a pretty solid issue, but it was more that Venditti jumping around. I feel like he is more service to the story when he picks something instead of jumping around too much. Like, we could have gone without Hal, I feel, here, and fleshed out more of the Kyle Rayner stuff since we didn't get him before. And the art was decent. Like, it's just been the same quality as it has been. But it's I felt like the last issue we were really ramping up towards the end, and this it felt like we stopped to take a break again for this guy and his dad stuff. But I feel like the Dark Stars, when it's all said and done, they'll end up being dealt with. But yeah, so if I'm rating it, it's a 7.5. It's solid, but it's not as good as it has been recently.
But it did have like a big emotional point for the Arkello Guy romance,
Yeah,
which is
it was a
your thing.
nice. Yeah, that was a nice little thing, and I'm just I wish they would just pick away with Gardner and his dad, because over the years I've been reading comics, they jump back and forth between it depending who's writing, and I feel like you need to pick an origin and stick with it. Like what drove him away from his family, was his dad's alcoholism, not like, oh well, I couldn't. During the New 52, it was he couldn't get out of his dad's shadow. His dad was a cop, and his sister was a cop, and he just couldn't live up to it. And
I think there's a joke in it, because earlier on you said there was a flashback with a young guy, and there's a joke in there about you liking young guys, but I mean...
Yeah, no, not so much. I like current guy.
But I mean, you can always counter that with me liking young Dick, so I mean,
Well, you like all Dick, so...
I like all Dick.
Old, young, middle-aged.